as you're getting ready for Ask Cash or Cash, No One Rides for Free, since Navarre was based in Minneapolis, were you taking a lot of trips out there? And did that have anything to do with getting Morris Day on there?
Ah, uh, no and no.
Okay.
Nah. At least I don't think. No, I think that all had to do with Cube, man. Cube reached out, and like I said, at the time, Cube was Cube. He was the man. Everybody wanted to work with him. And I think that was around the time when he was directing, and I think he had just directed the Prince video with Nona. Was it Nona Gay? I think
Right.
it was Nona Gay. Yeah. So everybody pretty much wanted to work with Cube, man. So I think he reached out to them and got him. Just like
Okay.
when he reached out to Boosie and Boosie came in, Boosie stayed. He stayed for a while, man. We only wanted him to, not wanted. We only thought he was gonna be there for like a day and recorded with us. I think he stayed for like a whole week and ended up playing bass on like 6 of my songs.
Well, that was another question because I was shocked that Boosie was on so much of it. So when you realize, like, man, not only am I with Cube, who's one of the biggest, but I got two of the biggest funk soul icons in the game, like right out the gate.
Bruh, bruh, hey, I was like a kid in the candy store, man. I grew up on Boosie. I loved his songs. So just to be in a studio working with him like that, man, was man, it was crazy. It was like a dream come true, man. Like seriously, it was just crazy sitting there seeing this dude that I grew up on in there playing bass on my album and talking to me, and we going back and forth. And now he's on my album talking. Now we doing a video, and then not just him, but Bernie Royale. We even had him on there playing a mini move. You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, it was crazy. All over in the hood. Oh, you know what I'm saying? We was in the hood doing this, cooking all this up.
Yeah. And then with both, well, really all three of them, but with Morris Day, Boosie, Bernie, you got their obviously from different cities. They're older. They're not doing rap. So like, and you're just getting to know them. It's not like they're your uncle or something. So what was that conversation like initially? Like, was it just super smooth getting to know them, or how did it each one of them?
Nah, yeah, it was super smooth getting to know him, man. I mean, Boosie was way, way, way laid back, man. He was just real cool, man. Open, talked about everything and anything. He was telling me about his life story back in the days, back when he used to use a lot of drugs and him back with James Brown. I mean, we set up and really chopped it up, man, for a long time. I chopped it up more with him than I did with Morris Day, obviously, because he was there more. He came to the studio like back to back days. I think Morris Day was just there for that day. um, but yeah, when Morris Day came, it was real cool and laid back with him too, man. Of course, he was on that player vibe, so me and him, connected on that vibe, and just to see him at work because he came in and he actually like related. He had his little vocal coach come in with him, so he like really like really came in and did it, man. It wasn't no let's sample this or sample that. He really came in there and like remade the song for us.
Wow.
So yeah, 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 yeah. It
Okay.
was something, man. It was something.
Yes. So then with the Hidden Corners being such a big song, and I would say probably your biggest song,
Yeah.
what when you guys were like going through, what made you guys pick that to really get behind and make this single?
Because we were just feeling it so bad, so much. At least I was. I was really. That was one of my favorite songs on that I recorded. Even the process of me writing it, man. I remember I used to like lay on the floor and had a radio in front of me with the tape playing that beat and writing it. Um, I just remember the feeling I had when I was writing it. Obviously, I didn't know it was going to be my biggest song, but I did know that a lot of people were going to like it because it was just talking about a day in the life in LA, just driving around, man. And who can't relate to that? And the beat was just so fucking laid back and smooth. And then of course we put the old school diamond in the back, sunroof top in the hook, and then we had Daryl White, which was Barry White's son, with the deep voice come in and you know, rolling up on you, hitting corners with the deep voice. So it just, I don't know, man. It was just magic, man. It just the way it came together. It was actually, man. I ain't gonna lie, I can't lie. It was more Cube, man. Cube is a fucking genius, man. He a genius, man. You know, I can't say nothing bad about the dude.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things, and I've talked to Cube about this a number of times over his career throughout the years. But like, not only is he a genius, but people really, I think, underestimate his skill as like on the production side and on the seeing what the project's going to be. Because I know from talking to artists that work with him, obviously not everybody likes him anymore, but even that, everybody acknowledges that Cube, when he's in it, he like takes it to a different place that's better every time.
Yeah.
It's really,
like I say, when we were working on Ass Gas or Cash, he that's all it was. It was Ass Gas or Cash. He would call me in the middle of the night with ideas, like, what you think about this? Or like, man, we should do this. Or, I mean, he was on it. He was on it. So yeah, when he's focused, he's focused. Same thing with West Side Connection. When West Side Connection came about, it was West Side Connection.
right.
He was on it. So yeah, that's how he is. But yeah, man, the dude's a genius.
Yeah. So with Freshest MC in the World too, I liked how you guys flipped the free sample. So how did do you remember how that concept came about?
We were just thinking of an old school song to flip, and that one came to mind, and if I'm not mistaken, I think we were on the plane, man, going to Australia. We were on the plane going to Australia, and we came up with that idea. And I remember writing some of it on the plane going to Australia, and then writing the rest on the way on the plane on the way back.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. And since Hittin Corners, you were writing laying down with a cassette tape, what was it different writing on a plane? Did you find anything different for you?
Nah, not really. Of course I like to be by myself when I write. But no, I think it was just the fact that I knew that I had to record that song. Like, I knew when we got back, that was the first thing we was gonna do. We was gonna get back to my album. We was gonna record it. So I just wanted to be ready. So I'm like, I got all this time, for, I think it was like a 14-hour flight. It was a 14-hour flight. So I mean, I got all this time. Let me go ahead and just try to jot some stuff down, and that's how it came about, man.
Okay. And why do you like writing when you're by yourself, or why do you like being by yourself when you write?
I don't know. I just feel like I seem to be more focused. I seem to be more focused when I'm just by myself. When I'm in the room with other people, I just, I'm not as focused. I start drifting off, and don't get me wrong. I mean, I can write when I have written in a room with other people, but I just feel for myself, it was just better when I write by myself.
Okay. Now on Make the Music, playing off Biz Markie, but going in a very different direction than he did. First of all, what made you gravitate toward the Biz Markie angle of
it? Once again, another Ice Cube idea. Another Ice Cube idea. He came at me with the idea, and I was like, yeah. And we started thinking of how we can flip it, and that one came about. And
well, the other thing I was intrigued about it was because that lyric or line or section was also from Make It Rough, Make It Smooth, and you referenced that throughout your album, Ash Cash or Gas, or Ash Gas or Cash. So Make It Rough, Make It Smooth, you reference it throughout this album, like either the lyrics or sampling it or mentioning it. So what do you know why you guys ended up doing that?
What, using the make it rough, make it smooth line so much?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't. I just think when I use it in Hittin Corners, it was just, I don't know. It's just when you're writing, sometimes I just thought of that. It just came to me. But no, it wasn't for no reason. It was just, you know, it just came about like that.
Okay,
Yeah, it just came about. It wasn't for no reason.
fair enough. All right, and then with Gigolos Get Lonely too, you got Morris Day on that one, and I just think like him kind of redoing or re uh, singing it or what have you. Like to actually seeing him do it and it's a song and a melody and a vibe familiar. What's it like knowing the song but then seeing him actually doing it? How does that affect you?
Man, like I said, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting for him to be like so intense. He was to me. It seemed like he was in there like he was recording one of his own songs because he was. I mean, he was really intense. Like I said, he had his vocal coach in there, you know, showing him what to do. And I've never been in the studio with an R&B singer before, so to see his process, man, it was. I mean, it was mind blowing, man. I felt privileged. I'm not even gonna lie. I really felt privileged. Like you said, even though I knew the song and knew how it went, just to see him redo it from ground up, it was a beautiful thing, man. I wish I would have been. I wish I would have recorded it.
Yeah,
I
that would
wish
be.
I would have recorded. Yeah, yeah. But I wasn't thinking about none of that back then. I didn't record nothing. I didn't really get too many pictures.
Well, there's pros and cons to all that, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, one of the more different songs to me was Never Was a Baller because that one seemed to beat the beat was a lot faster and a lot different than much of the rest of the album. So
Yeah.
what about the music and the beat appealed to you on Never Was a Baller?
Well, I had wanted. We had already said that mostly my album was gonna be, you know, I was gonna be real laid back with my music. But I told Cube I did want at least one or two songs that was a little bit more up tempo. I didn't want this the whole album to be that laid back. So when we heard that beat, I was like, that's the one. Even though it's still kind of, you know, it's not really real fast, but that beat is just something about it, man, just grabbed me. So when uh when I got it, listened to it, played it back and forth, listened to it, started thinking about I knew what I was missing on the album. That was like one of the few last songs that we recorded. And I knew kind of like what I was missing. I really didn't have a song too much telling a story about how I came about or how we grew up. And that story, the story that I told in that song was like really like actual factual. Like
Oh wow.
from me and Q ditching school and coming to my house waiting for my moms and pops to leave. I mean, all that was true. Calling the girls over and yeah, yeah, it was
Okay.
all actual factual.
Well, there you have it. Okay. And then as the album comes out, videos, different things, you're touring, getting around. How was it different from being with Street Knowledge to then seeing it for yourself, as opposed to working on albums for other artists behind the scenes to actually being the one out in front now?
Well, okay, you got to remember that, like you said from the beginning, I started off out there doing shows that was, you know, CIA, Stereo Crew, um, and then to take a back seat and just to work a job for a couple of years, and then to jump back in it and to be A&R working behind the scenes for my peers, some of the guys that I was doing, you know, doing music with before they were doing music, like, you know, T-Bone, you know, JD and all them. So when it came my time, man, hell yeah, man, hey man, I was ready, man. It was lovely, man. I couldn't wait. You know, everything was about K-Dee at the, you know, hey K-Dee, they got this interview, we got a video time. You know, it was what I've been waiting on. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was seeing and working around and with Yo Yo, Cam, Lynch Mob, Q, and I knew I had it in me too because I was doing it before. So it was kind of hard for me to, you know, to work and see my friends do that and me not be in it. So when it came to be my turn, man, I was ready, man. I stepped in it with both feet, man, and took it on.
In it to win it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And then soon thereafter, you have the appearance on Caution's album with the Super Sperm. And I really liked how you had said, like, never put my hustle on hold. Because even though you were like, you know, a lot of Ask Cash or Cash is like laid back and player and all that.
Yeah.
But with Super Sperm, you made a point to like talk about your hustle angle. So how did you keep that focus and that mentality and put that in the line there?
Well, you got to understand too. When Kashi came in, they were the new fire in the group. Like these little young dudes. They were more energy, and they were so when Cube told me about him, he put up on me. I hopped in the car with him, and he was like, "Hey, I think I'm gonna sign this new group." He said, I want you to check him out, tell me what you think." So he popped it in, he played it for me. And after it was over, he looked at me and he said, "What you think?" I said, "They fire, they nice." And he said, "What you think he need?" And me, without a doubt, I was like, "Me." And he was like, he started smiling. He said, "Right." And the next day, man, we had that Super Sperm beat. And when I heard the beat and I heard Gonzo rapping, and it just, like I said, everything is I don't, not unless you come to me and you say this is what the song is about, then that's when I put my mind into what I'm gonna write about. But other than that, when I hear the beat, I let the beat take me. So when I heard the beat and I heard the hook and I heard Gonzo part, it just flowed like that, man. It was, like I said, another one of those competition things, man. It was just, I knew these little young dudes was coming with the heat, and I had to come with it. I had to show them that this older dude still got it, man. So I just put it down. So yeah, it wasn't like I was trying to, like, let me talk about hustle. It just came together like that, man. All them words and the way of the wordplay and how I put it, it just came together like that.
Okay. And then with Caution, you're on that album, but then of course you're on Mack 10's self-titled album that also came out in '95. So as with Cube in particular, and then being around the street knowledge artists, these are all artists you've known for years. So when you're getting around Caution, when you're getting around Mack 10, how creatively for you did things change when you didn't know the people as well, or you hadn't been around them for your whole life like Cube? How did that work for you creatively?
No, I mean, it was pretty much the same, man, because I took the same approach to all of them. It was whether I knew you beforehand or I didn't know you. My job as an MC is to get on this beat and try to kill it. I mean, plain and simple. I mean, so when it came time to for the Mack 10 song, and they told me the title HOEK, I'm like, oh, I'm ready for that. I'm ready. And that's one of my favorite verses, really too. That's like one of my favorite verses. Um, so when we did it and it came out, man, Q was like, man, K, you came with it. Mack 10, there they wanted to change his verse. He was like, let me change my verse. But Q was like, nah, Mack 10 verse was hard though. It was hard. But no, man, I didn't, I kept the same approach to all of it, man. I just, like I said, for one, I always, I never felt like I was the best rapper. Never felt, never felt like I was the best rapper because I wasn't a rapper from the beginning. I didn't come into this like, oh, I want to be a rapper. I want to be a rapper. Me and Cube was friends. Cube came up with a rap in his ninth grade class, and he had an idea. Hey, let's make a group. And I'm like, all right. And in the beginning, I wasn't a writer then. I didn't know how to write no rap. So Cube wrote most of the raps. I conditioned myself to learn how to write raps. So and even when I did, I still never thought that I was, one of the best or. So when I got on the song with other people, I tried to outdo them. I tried my best to shine because, and then on another note, mostly everybody I've been on songs with were of the gangster man. You know, every Mack 10, Dub, Q, even Caution. They were everybody. So I know me, I'm coming in with this player smooth stuff. So I got to stand out some kind of way. I got to stand out. So I just tried to do my thing. I tried to sauce it up a little bit, man. So I would stand out.
Yeah. Well, even on the HOEK, you got the Make the Music reference on there too. So yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yo, you got it.
Be sure to check out the History of Gangster Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangster Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the D.O.C, and dozens of others. The History of Gangster Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
It will be penalties and casualties for just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangster rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
With Fab 5 on Yo MTV Raps with NWA.
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The History of Gangster Rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The History of Gangster Rap in stores now.